Welcome to Code Optimization Rules session in Programming Connoisseurs channel. Welcome back, guys. Today we'll see about code optimization rules. So how it will help the developers in day-to-day life if you follow these optimization rules. So now if you see here the comparison, number one, the comparison of string parameters using double equals to or not equals to. So now you need to do the string comparison with the dot equals to method, which is available in a string class, rather than a double equal to comparison or a not equal to comparison. What we do normally for an integer. So considering the equals object which is present in a object method normally, so it will help us in avoiding any sonar issues or 45 issues, any security issues. So we can avoid any security issues and code level issues. So this is the one of the major issues we will find across the code. This is what the developers will do. Rather than doing a dot equals to comparison, they will do a double equal to comparison and not equal to comparison over string to string. This should have been done with integers. Coming to the second one, it's with respect to serializable object. So store of a non-serialized object into a HTTP session. When you are storing the data into an HTTP session, okay, so the code seems to be storing a non-serializable object. So it should be a serializable object if you are storing the data into session, because the object conversion will happen only if it is a serialized. We all know, like if the class is implementing a serializable, it helps us to serialize the data over network. So in that case, if you want to store the session into HTTP session, your data into HTTP session, especially the classes or the the subclasses, whatever we have inside the class should be a serializable one, so that the session transaction will be very easy. Now coming to the third one, remove all and clear all collection in a collection. So regularly, to remove the variables from a collection, we use remove all, but we don't want to use this. We should not use this, because if you want to remove all the elements from the collection, you can use clear and but not remove all. Okay. So calling a remove all to clear a collection is clear, but to clear a collection is susceptible to errors from the type of less efficient. It is also a less efficient one, and more some like it might throw an concurrent modification exception. So to avoid this concurrent modification exception, especially, we should use a clear method rather than a remove all. So which will turn out into a concurrent modification exception, as we discussed here. So coming to the fourth one, so lazy initialization exception. So the lazy initialization exception might not look like a related exception because it happens much later. So this is related to Hibernate. So if you try to initialize a lazy fetch association without an active Hibernate session, this usually happens at a UI layer. So after your backend transaction is committed and the session is closed. So now as you can see the message below, which will tells you an org.hibernate.lazy initialization exception failed to lazy initialize a collection of role. So now if you see here, there is a no session, it is saying. So you can fix this exception in multiple ways, and the easiest way and the commonly used solution is using a join fetch class rather than a lazy initialization exception. Lazy initialization, you can use it in JQL query to tell Hibernate the reference association. The final one is the class is serializable, but the super class doesn't define a void constructor. So this class implements a serializable interface and its super class does not. So that's what we were discussing in the second slide also. Here we are discussing especially a superclass to subclass serializables. So whenever a superclass is serialized, automatically the class object which is used inside a superclass, it also should be a serializable. By default, it won't be serializable. it should be serializable, and vice versa. If the subclass is serializable and superclass is not serializable, we should make both serializable if you want to convert the data into an object over a network. So whereas the transient variables will not be a serialized one. So that's it guys. Thanks for watching the video. Keep watching more here for more tips. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel and don't forget it and hit the bell icon. Thank you.